Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I thought I'd kick off this vlog by showing you basically some of my food, because I realised I haven't really done that yet. And obviously food plays a pivotal role in the dietary process of getting lean. So I thought I would show you something that or at least a snapshot of my food. I don't know whether I'm going to do if you're interested in seeing it, then by all means I can do something like it, but I've never really been a huge fan of the full day of eating videos. But if you guys like that kind of stuff, then of course, I can do a full day of eating, maybe on a refeed or something when it's a bit more exciting. But by fact of my pre-workout meal, you'll probably see that I'm a very basic guy. And if you do follow me on Instagram, you'll know exactly what I eat. So if you're interested, especially maybe on a refeed day, I can do like a refeed explanation as to why I'm refeeding and then show you my refeed foods. So I can do that by all means. But today I'm just going to show you my pre-workout meal, or at least what it is usually. And obviously for that I am inside my kitchen, that's quite an important part of the meal process, yeah. So let's show you the meal. Right, so we will have a whole bag of sweet leaf salad from Sainsbury's. Now this, guys, is about 60 calories and it will fill that entire pretty little bowl here. So this is very good for when you're dieting, high volume, low calorie. That's exactly what we want. Now, for some people pre-workout, this will be horrendous because it will make your stomach bloated. You'll feel really full. You will not feel great. So for me, my stomach is like cast iron, so I could probably eat like 3 pizzas and be absolutely fine and train absolutely well. So I can have this, put a weightlifting belt on and be absolutely fine. My stomach just doesn't really bloat ever. So that's going in. I cooked up earlier, what was it? 150 grams of dry weight rice. So I just split it. I tend to save a little bit more for my pre-workout meal. So 150 grams across 2 meals. I had one earlier, and obviously I have one now. And then earlier I cooked some chicken. So this was a bit fuller. It probably, per meal, it probably has about 25 grams of protein, which I would recommend. If you're dieting, then I'd recommend that per meal, you look to get at least 20 grams of protein. Rationale behind that is not only to induce satiety, so your level of fullness in terms of how you feel hunger-wise, but also for muscle protein synthesis. So ideally we want to clock that over every sort of 3 to 4 hours. So if we can have a protein feeding of 20 gram plus, maybe a little bit more if you're a heavier guy, and then that will be beneficial from a muscle retention standpoint. So I'm going to make this up. I will show you the end result. Obviously we have my friend Mr. Ketchup. Yeah, Mr. Ketchup, yeah. Thumbnail, yeah. Yeah, so Mr. Ketchup there. And I'll be pouring about 150 grams of him on the meal. Yeah. Nah, probably about 20 grams of ketchup, and yes, I do weigh it. Cool guys, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Here we are. Very aesthetic. Doesn't look very aesthetic at all, to be honest. But lots of volume. This will fill me up nicely. I combine this with a lot of water, because I just love water. I drink lots of water. Very important as well for hydration, guys. Hydration. And then we're gonna have some of this on it, of course, and also, where are we? In here we have my favourite salts. So no special reasons for using this salt. I just like the taste of a pink Himalayan rock salt. So I'm going to put some of that on it. As you can see, I've got a supply, got my multivits, etc. I take them earlier in the day. And yeah, we'll make up my intra-workout drink as well, which I think I've already made it. So I use 16 grams of Pepto Pro, which is a casein hydro, and then we use 25 grams at the moment of a highly branched cyclic dextrin. I find these, or that product, does really help me when it comes to, my endurance, or well, not so much my endurance, but my energy levels throughout the session. So usually where I'd have like a drop off halfway through the session, I'd be like, fuck, I am fried, I've got nothing left in the tank. Now I'm like, I get halfway through the session, I'm like, I can keep going, this is no issues. So yeah, that's really what I found with the intra-workout carbohydrates, and obviously a bit of protein there. Oh dear, got some rice on the lip. Good that. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this up, and then I have got a pull session today, so I'm gonna be recording that in the gym, so you can see my structure in terms of how I set up my pull sessions, and I'll give some rationales to why I pick these movements, and you can look forward to that in the voiceover. So yeah, I will see you in the workout, guys.
And that's the annoying thing with this setup, is that the cumulative fatigue will impact your recovery, and that's the hard balance. Drop.
Okay guys, so this is my second part of the pre-workout meal. So basically I finished that other meal, which is the salad thing, and then maybe literally like 5-10 minutes later I'll be eating this, which is, oh dear, the phone's going off, which is 4 caramel rice cakes, which I weigh them out, so they're about 56 grams. So I have these, I have about 30 grams of dark chocolate. Again, no special reason behind these. Dark chocolate can, to an extent, in my opinion, be good pre-workout. It's good to have a bit of dietary fat pre-workout, not to only blunt the digestion of the carbohydrates that you're having, but also dark chocolate tends, to me, to increase vascularity, and I do like that, and the pump. I also have a black coffee, yeah, in my Made by Morris cup, still shifting through that water. And then also a few people have asked about how I set up my sessions in my logbook. So this is what they look like. So for example, I have the movement here. I'll have predicted weights that I used last time, so I'll scroll through to my last session. I'll have the weights that I'm planning to use today, and then obviously the reps that I want to achieve in the sort of the brackets. My body weight in the morning, so I just have a rough idea as to what I was weighing on the day, relative to the lifts. I also have a notes section here, which I add anything about the day itself, so like here there's a bit of notes, and then whether I did cardio or not. And that's basically how I set it up, guys. So rack pulls are up first, and we'll see you in the gym. Hey guys, so first exercise is rack pulls. Now, something I do want you to think about when you're doing your rack pulls is where you set up the pins. So a lot of people set the pins far too high, in my opinion. This drastically reduces the range of motion. You're not going to be recruiting your lower back and basically your lower lats as well as you could be if you set the pins below the knee. So if you just follow me, I'll show you what I have. So we have the knees here. So the bar is just below the knee. Now, this will be harder, so if you've been doing rack pulls above your knee before you do these, they're going to be significantly harder. But some cues are to keep your upper back as tight as you can. So it's really going to work the sort of the mid-range or the top portion of the deadlift where you start to struggle from the hips up. That's where it's going to be perfect. So we'll get into our first set now. Hey guys, what's up? So, just in the vehicle, post pull session, and that was, if you wanted to hear a rating out of 10, it's probably superb out of 10. So that would be an 8.5 to a 9.5 out of 10. Very happy with that. Went in feeling a bit fatigued. I think yesterday's lower session had me in the gutters, so I'm very happy to come out of that pull session with some very, very nice, attractive looking numbers in the logbook. It's always a pain in the arse to write down some crap numbers inside the logbook of peace. So we started with a rack pull below the knee. Now, you know, I think with the rack pulls, I just don't see the point doing them above the knee. Unless you really want to take away the hamstring activation, I guess that could be a point. Another point made by my friend Ted, he said that his sort of, the length of his body being 6'2" meant that the leverages sort of change, and doing them above the knee still provides a pretty decent ROM. So, you know, I'd say that doing them below the knee is my preference. And we did 4 sets, all at 182.5 kilos for 6, which is a volume PR. Now, the way I've progressed these guys is pretty fucking linear. Like, seriously linear. I've just added 5 kilos every single week for about 8 weeks. Or maybe 6 weeks. That's been seriously, seriously good. And they felt better and better every single week. I'm just nailing the form. And what I do, guys, to nail form, this is a pro tip, just look at other people that are similar heights to you, similar leverages to you. Watch them rack pull. Watch what they do. Watch where they put their feet. Watch what footwear do they have on. Do they use straps? How wide is their grip? What are they doing with their lats? How are they initiating the move? How are they finishing the move? How are they lowering the weights? Like, look at everything. If you're obsessed with beating numbers, make yourself in the best position possible to beat them, and you will smash them. I guarantee it. So I've just been analysing every single person I know in the world rack pulling, and I've got better at them for sure, and it's transferred nicely into my deadlift. You know, I've probably banged on too much about rack pulls now, but they were really good. They felt superb. A little bit of upper back rounding, but you know, again, it's nothing to worry about. I felt pretty tight, and I felt the movement, most importantly, in my lats and in my lower back. Well, not my lower back, my lower lats, which is where you want to feel it. You want to feel a contraction. So, moved on from those into a chest-supported row on a machine. I don't really like this machine that much. I don't really rate it that highly. It's hard to get a superb contraction on that, but to be fair, I did do pretty well. I got 65 kilos for sets of 9, which was pretty good for me. I got one of my friends, Pietro, to sort of spot me on the final set. I'm pretty sure that's the one I recorded, and that was pretty good. But what sort of I'd like to highlight here is Pietro's a strong fucking guy, and he's huge, okay? But we were doing the same weight for the same reps on that movement. Now, there's rationale behind that. Pietro had done like a lot of big moves before that. He'd done a lot of back moves, and his back was massively fatigued. And you know, he's soon to be changing over to another split with a guy called Aaron, who's going to guide him a bit more. And Aaron's super cool, very knowledgeable guy. And Pietro's just been doing too much volume. Okay, so doing a lot of junk volume. He's getting to the point in his workouts where, you know, he's a huge guy. Like, he should be beating me on the chest supported row by a mile. Like, I'm not saying that just because he's bigger it means he's stronger, but he should be. And he's not, you know, he's not, because he's already done too much crap in his workout, that he's not actually like doing any of the movements with superb intensity, or just the training volume just sucks. So guys, if you're getting to the point where you're just dragging your ass through the last bits of your sessions, think about how much you're doing and whether it's effective, because half the time it's not, and you're just doing junk volume, and it's just building up to rubbish, and you don't want to do that. You want to do as much effective work as possible. We moved on from the chest supported row into a superset of V-bar pull downs, into a dumbbell row to chest. Now, the dumbbell row to chest is a new for me, so it's mainly targeting the upper back. I really want to build up my upper back strength because it is something that's weaker on my deadlift. I find it hard to sort of keep that tight, and if I build my upper back strength, that's going to transfer nicely into my deadlift again and my rack pull. So we did those with the V-bar pull downs, got PRs on both. They're both relatively new in rotation, so it's pretty likely that I'm going to be hitting volume PRs for a while on those, but both nice and intense, hitting failure on the V-bar pull downs on my last set, hitting failure on the chest rows on my last set as well, so they were perfect, they were good. And then finally we moved on to for back we moved on to a dumbbell pullover. Again, just a new move in rotation, just trying out some new things because I'm very close to deloading, so obviously the core moves are in, but I may well sort of rotate some things in and out as I get close. They're very similar moves, so I was doing that with the cable, now I'm doing it with the dumbbell. I liked it. Looking back at the video, I think that I might sort of straighten up my arms a little bit more, but then I tried that and I actually just didn't feel it at all. I felt it more in my triceps when I did that, so I think a little bit of bend at the elbow helps me on that. But again, I'm relatively new to dumbbell pullover, so if anyone sort of has any advice or has feels that they normally like on a dumbbell pullover, then let me know. Then we finished up with biceps, barbell curl, 50 kilos for 4 sets of 8, which was pretty damn hard. I got Ted to take some cinematic footage of that, so hopefully that's playing around about now. But that was good, you know. I'm a bit swingy with those, I'm not going to lie. Like, my form's not absolutely perfect on those, but I do control the eccentric as much as I can. And, you know, I've seen some guys with pretty big biceps do, you know, curls that aren't absolutely strict, you know, they aren't cheat curls, they're just not like absolutely perfect tight form curls. You know, I just want to quote Doug Miller there and leave it at that. We went on to seated hammer curls with dumbbells, 17.5 kilos for sets of 11, which was good, got a good pump with them. I like that move, I like hammer curls, definitely a good move for biceps. And then we finished with myo reps on the preacher curl, which is basically a 20 rep max followed by sets of 5 until you hit failure. I think I got like maybe 2 or 3 sets more of 5 and then I was just trash, done. So yeah, very good session. Finished up with 200 calories on the Stairmaster as well. Obviously didn't get any footage of that because that's boring as fuck. But the Stairmaster's getting easier now, I'm just enjoying it. Like, I've crushed 600 calories of cardio this week so far. It's Wednesday and I've only got one more 200 calorie session to do, and I may well auto-regulate another in if I need it, but my weight's dropping perfectly. I hit a new low this morning of 167.6. Yeah, very happy with that, very happy with this week. Obviously scale weight last week was an issue, didn't really come down. This week, big swoosh, staying low, staying shredded, and really enjoying the process. Tomorrow, I'm 21 years old, which is crazy. And obviously people might think, are you going out to celebrate or going out for sort of a drink or something like that? And I'm not, and I tell you why. I don't enjoy that. That's not something that makes me excited. I'm lucky enough to be in a position where I love my job. I love getting up and going to my standing desk and just doing client programs and writing social media posts and editing my vlogs. I love it. You know, there isn't a day that goes by that I don't get a message off someone saying, AJ, I love your stuff. Like, guys, it mesmerizes me every time someone says that. I'm just like, wow. You know, that someone has taken the time out of their day to say that they like my stuff. It means so much, so much, so much. And I just love doing this. So I don't feel that I don't have any rationale to go out and get trashed or go out and drink alcohol. Like, I just don't have any rationale behind that. I don't like it. I wouldn't like it at all. It stressed me out. Same thing as going for a meal. You know, as nice as that would be, it would stress me out because I know that there's not 100% tracking on that. You know, even Nando's, you know, I don't want to eat it because if there's someone out there that's not eating Nando's and that's going to show up on stage leaner than me, I don't want that. I want to win. I'm not going to lie, I want to win. I don't want anyone beating me because I eat out and I ate a Nando's. Not that that's the case, but that's just me. I'm all or nothing. All or nothing. And I'm also in a position where I'm surrounded by lovely people in my life. You know, I have an awesome family and I have awesome friends. and I just want to see them and spend time with them, and that's good enough for me. So I'm a very lucky guy, and I always try and have gratitude. Even when I'm in a bad mood, or I'm a bit down, or a bit moody, I try and always have gratitude, because I'm very lucky to do what I do and be in the position that I am. So yeah, guys, I think we'll call it a wrap here. I'm sure that some of this footage will be like selfie style, and I'll have run out of sort of training footage. I might not have, but we'll see. And yeah, if you have any questions on my pull workout or my pre-workout nutrition, because I know that I included this in this vlog, then please ask. Please comment below and ask, or shoot me a DM on Instagram. I love getting messages, and I love replying to them. And yeah, thanks for the support, guys. Any content that you do want to see as well, just let me know, and I'll be sure to put it out. But yeah, stay well, stay healthy, and we'll see you, or I'll see you in the next vlog. Cheers, guys. Yeah.